What is good, guys? Coming in, giving my thoughts for Thursday's NYSE session. Again, mapped out these key levels in a video I just sent over. But overall, I think the safest play and the moves to be made are, again, looking at the break of this bottom structure to begin targeting this overall next zone, right? I think that makes a ton of sense to the bottom side. Again, looking to execute and target this bottom zone as whole. And we're really looking at price to hold this rejection area that we held today, right? Again, this top horizontal line up here is price's all-time high wick. And we're beginning to trade at all-time high levels, right? So obviously we're trading in an uptrend, but if price breaks this clear support, one, we have a high probability of tapping into this area, one, because of the previous confluence of this zone, and two, it's the overall next support we should tap into. Another key thing to keep in mind, though, is that this overall zone is the 618 on the higher time frame charts to kind of continue on up here. I think we began to see that bullish momentum die off later in the day today. Once we created those highs, it was pretty bullish the rest of the day, right? So we're going to see how price reacts to, again, this upper level up here, right? And if we begin to see price break today's highs and start using this as a support for the overall continuation up, I think that makes sense as far as potential buys go. So again, looking at that break of structure to retest to overall target new all-time highs, right? We have no data up here. We don't really know where price can go or will go. So again, trading up here and executing on buys, you have to be very aware, and you have to really kind of fundamentally know when you should and shouldn't execute on those potential buys, right? But again, the resistance of this zone overnight, and we see price break this structure to the bottom side, I think that makes a very valid selling point to the downside, right? Again, we're trading in an overall bullish structure. So again, trading against the trend can sometimes be a little dicey, but when you break key structures like this, the overall next zone should be tapped into fundamentally. Again, for potential buys, we're looking at the break of this previous all-time high today and retesting, holding that this previous 4-hour higher time frame level of resistance as now support for the overall continuation up. I think to the top side that makes the most sense, and then to the bottom side, really looking to target the breakout of this zone to overall target this next zone down here. So it's kind of my ideas heading into tomorrow. I know at 9:30 a.m., right when the NYSE session opens, right when all the volume's in play, we have Fed Powell coming on again tomorrow. So keeping all that in mind, the markets could be moving very early, waiting for clear key structures to either be broken or a clear pathway of where price is going to be heading tomorrow, and then executing off that as whole. So again, these are kind of my two ideas heading into tomorrow's session, and these are the key levels I'm looking to break and looking to execute off of if we see these levels tapped into. Again, for whatever reason, price could consolidate over here for the next couple days, and we might not find an exact entry. But again, we're looking at either this support to be held on the downside to target up here, or this support to be broken to target down here. Again, integrating that higher time frame fib. You see this overall zone being the 618, which held overnight heading into today's pre-New York session. So that held today. And again, we had that pull down again today, hold that support just as well. So again, this is why I'm drawing my zones, waiting for that clear break of this structure to target down here, or this overall support to hold to potentially target today's highs again. So these are my ideas heading into Thursday, July 15th session. And again, keeping everything in mind, you have some high impact news right around that 9:30 US Open. So kind of tying all that in, waiting for some key signs of structure to be broken or hold support, and then executing off that is kind of going to be the recipe going into tomorrow's session. Hope this helps, and let's catch